Welcome to another episode of the Minotaur's Maze. My guest today is Gabriel Collignon, who is a business coach and CEO of Be Presence, which is a digital marketing agency. He has created several business incubator programs in the United States of America and Mexico. He has been a speaker at the San Diego Convention Center, as well as other international forums like the Hispanic Business of E-commerce, the International Social Innovation Festival, and several local chambers of commerce across the US and Mexico. He's also the president of the Innovation Committee at the Mexican Entrepreneurs and Business Owners Union in Colima. And finally, he is the author of an Amazon bestseller called Thorns to be Thankful For, and has been featured in the book 101 Toastmasters around the world. Gabriel, thank you for being here and welcome.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm really excited to be here.
Excellent, brilliant. So just to kick things off, could you just give us a quick, brief background about yourself and what you've done so far?
Well, other than what you said, I'm a happily married husband. I have 2 kids. I married with my high school sweetheart. We've been married for 11 years now, and since we started dating, it's 22 years now. Wow. So yeah, we've been together for a long time. And I help entrepreneurs and business owners to grow their business so that they can have more time with their family. So I'm very family business oriented, and that's my passion. Like you said, I'm also a CEO of a digital marketing agency, but my legacy is coaching entrepreneurs so they can spend more time in things that really matter the most.
Brilliant. And just then, in terms of your own entrepreneurship journey, when and how did that start? And just give us a little bit about how you got started as an entrepreneur yourself.
Well, my mom and dad are entrepreneurs, so I started really young. I didn't. We didn't have such much money when I was young, so I started selling everything with my mom. We went to flea markets, anything that she could find, we sold it. And that's how I really got started. I was really young and I started just buying and selling stuff. But then when I went to university, I started working for the university as the PR and admissions, in the PR and admissions department. Mm-hmm. And that's where I started giving some conferences and public speaking. Then I finished my university and I just went on my own. I started my first company, which was called AKB Solutions. And it was a tough journey because you're young and you're trying to eat the whole world. So I went to small businesses and trying to help them grow their business and start with websites. I started making websites.
Right.
In 1998.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a long time ago. And well, long story short, the business was a failure as a business, but I learned a lot. So I recharged and I started again and then again. And now, I have my company for 17 years now.
Wow.
So it's been a rough path, but it's been really exciting, and I started coaching 12 years ago.
Okay.
So I started in consulting, but it wasn't working for me. I was more a personal attention kind of guy, and I got a lot involved into small business owners, in the personal arena and also the business. So I started figuring out I wasn't only a consultant, because I didn't just to go there, give a solution and then step back. And it was more like a personal attention thing. And I still have my business and I run it and I'm the CEO of it, but that's my business, my legacy, the thing that I really like to do, and that I know it has true and really great implications for business owners is helping them have more time with their family. So that's
Brilliant.
basically it.
Brilliant. So when you obviously first started, you said you went through a lot of struggle, but what was your mindset like when you first started? I mean, did you have fears and doubts? If so, what did you do to overcome them? And then how did that journey progress as you went along?
Well, at the beginning, when it was like the real beginning about internet marketing, and all the hypey stuff that comes around it. And I was young. I was 22, 23 years old, and I wanted to have a side revenue just by, I don't know, creating websites and then just charging month to month. And you got all this mindset that you're going to become rich quickly and that everything's going to be easy. And I think that's what affected me the most, that I didn't had the right mindset of the things and the challenges that were coming, and I wasn't real about it. I was just buying all the hypey stuff, and it affected me a lot because I wasn't really able to get to that point. What I did to overcome it, well, it was hard, but I share a lot with my wife, and we were not married then, but we were together, and I was telling her, this is happening and this is happening, and I just can't meet the goal. And she helped me a lot. You need to have someone that helps you be accountable. And she was the one who started, okay, this is not the path, and you are hard, you like working hard. Why do you want things easy? And that's when I realized, I love to work. I love to go out and talk to people, and I love helping them. And I wanted things easy. So it was like one idea was against with the other. So I just, you just need to, I don't know, start blank. That's why I ended my company, and I need a fresh start. And I need a fresh start with a new mindset. I love fresh starts, and right now, like every 3 months, I kind of get rid of all my papers, and I try to stay again. And okay, all right, this was a strategy, and I went this way, which is wrong. I need to go this path, and I need to finish this and that. Because me, like, I think like everybody else, but I don't know everybody else, but I procrastinate. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this and that, and then you get into an operations mode. And I start working in my business instead of on my business. And then every 3 months for me, it's great to just throw everything away and then get okay, this worked, this didn't work. Let's continue doing what really works instead of just, oh, this is a new thing. Oh, this is a shiny object. And I don't like being distracted. So I try to do that as often as possible. And it has helped me stay on track.
Brilliant. So at the moment, then you're running the digital marketing agency, and you're doing the coaching as well. So how are you finding the balance between those two things? I mean, is it intertwined, or are they two separate businesses altogether? How are you managing that balance?
Well, they are separate, but at the same time, there's a moment in which they come together. Because a lot of my clients start like hiring in the digital agency, and then they want some personal attention. No? They know me, they know what I do, they know the coaching, and they're like, okay, yeah, I want to grow my business, and you're helping me with my website and my social media and Facebook ads and everything. But I want more harmony in my world. So I don't try to balance it. I think the word balance has negative implications, because when you balance, you need to cut something to get something else. Mm-hmm. And you'll, all right, so I spent 8 hours at work. I need to spend 8 hours with my kids. And that doesn't work that way. I mm-hmm. think life is about harmony, and as long as you can spend 3 hours in your business, but you were totally engaged, and then you are with your family 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or on a vacation, but just be there. You need to be totally engaged there. So I think it's more about harmony than balance. And that's how I look at my world, at my business, and at my life with my wife and my kids,
Brilliant. So, I mean, some of the clients that you coach, like who do you have a target market, or is it open to anyone? And you know, what are some of the obstacles that they have, and how do you help them?
Well, mostly is they 90%, around 90% of entrepreneurs work on their business instead of in their business. And my target is small business owners, entrepreneurs and small business owners, which have a family, because that's how they want to spend more time with them. And they're just not able to create those systems that can help them in their business. So I help them get clarity in what's what you need right now. Do you need to grow your business? Do you need to make more sales? Do you need to, I don't know, to have a better online presence? I divide it in 3 areas in business, which is sales, profits, and systems. And then we go deep in there. And we create systems in each one of those areas so they can spend more time with their family. We try to automate things. And that's the approach, you know? Okay, what are you doing that you don't have to do? What are you doing that you can delegate? And how we are going to make the transition from you making everything to delegating without wanting to have control. Because most entrepreneurs and business owners that I've been in contact to and that I know of, it's part of being an entrepreneur. You want to have control of things, you know. And sometimes even though you have a lot of employees, a lot of them, they're like, okay, they don't know how to do the things that I do. And you got to understand, people are not going to do things the way you do them. You hire them because they are special at what they do. And so you need to let them, you give them guidelines, but you need to let them work so they can really add value to your company. And that's kind of a big struggle with entrepreneurs, you know, because, okay, I want this, but I want it like this, and this. All right, so you're not taking advantage of everything that person has to offer. Give them some guidelines, and then just manage them. Get some goals and sit with them and tell them what they did wrong, how can they get better, and just let them work.
Mm-hmm. So does that come down to a mindset issue, or is it just an operation kind of thing? You know, what's the biggest obstacle for owners like that who struggle to delegate tasks to their employees or other members?
It's a mindset issue. It's 80% of it. It's a mindset issue, because control comes from the mind. I need to do things the way I want to do. And I understand it's your business, it's your baby, you started it. But the reality is that if you want to grow, you can stay the way you are, you know, and you can spend still a lot of time in your business. But if you want to level up, if you want to grow, you need to change your mindset. Because at the beginning, most probably you started with nothing, and you started by yourself. And that's why you want to control everything, because you know what can come wrong. And you want to control it, and you want to control the outcome, and you want to control everything. And it's kind of a mindset, say, all right, you are here, you really want to level up. All right, you need to do this, and you need to change your mindset and how you are right now if you want to grow. You know, it's just like a bodybuilding or just exercising. You want to grow your muscle, you're going to break it first so fibers can get together again and it grows. If you right now are at this point and you haven't been able to get to the point that you want to go, you need to change. Mm-hmm. And in order to change, you need to change first your mindset. So yeah, it's 80% mindset and 20% operational.
Brilliant. So what do you do then to help them change their mindset? And, you know, how difficult is it? Because obviously, you know, entrepreneurs and business owners can be quite stubborn. So what are some of the techniques and strategies that you use? And you know, tell us about some of the results that you've had.
Okay, I think I try to make a very simple approach, and it's like, all right, what are your goals? Where do you want to go? Because it's not about me, it's about them. You know, it's not about, okay, I can take you to double your sales. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. What's what you want to accomplish right now, where you are standing right now, and then we start working on really internalizing and acknowledging where they really are. because also entrepreneurs, we think we're someplace, but we really aren't there. You know, it's, yeah, we have this idea, all right, I've been doing this, and that, and I have accomplished all this, and I'm Superman right now. Okay, let's see why you're Superman right now, and why do you think you are here? And it's all about acknowledgement. You need to acknowledge where you are at the beginning. And then when you're real about it, then we need to project, where do you want to go? So what are the steps? And we see, look, we started in the business, like we first focus in the business and sales, profits, and systems. But we also focus on bond, connection with yourself, connection with your family, and connection with others, because that's a very important part of your life. And then we also, the other B is being, your mind, your body, and how do you balance them? So we look at those three areas: business, being, and bond. And we internalize, we start by really acknowledging where they are and where they want to be in each one of those areas. And then we focus only on three, because you can't focus on everything. You know, it's just a continuous improvement. It's continuous development. All right, right now I'm not spending a lot of time with my wife, and I want to start going out with her. When I want to start connecting with her. All right, what do you do right now to connect with her? Okay, I do this, and that. What's happening with her? Talk to her also, because this is a relationship. What is she kind of expecting? What do you guys like to do together? All right, we would like to go out 3 times a week. Okay, what do you need to do, and what do you need to change in the other areas so you can have that time? So we start, it's just like moving the pieces of the puzzle. You know, everybody has different goals. Everybody wants to accomplish different things. And that's how we start. We start by where you are, where you want to be, and then we start moving the pieces.
Brilliant. So obviously earlier you mentioned that, you know, you automate tasks for business owners. Can you give us some examples of, you know, what kind of systems you implement that are automated, and how do they save time for the entrepreneur business owner?
Okay, yeah. Not all business, not all systems, it's about automation. Some, we can automate some stuff, but it's really about the process, the system, where it starts and when it has to end. For example, right now I have a client that he sells to the government, and he just takes any proposal and start making proposals to the government. But on his plant, they don't have a system to go through those proposals. So when he gets one, he just starts, when he gets the request of proposal, he starts, all right, I need this, I need that. And he tries to control all the process, and people don't really know what they have to do. They just wait until he asks for things. So what we're doing right now is we are creating a system from the request of proposal till you give the proposal. And what does each of the departments need to have? So we kind of broke the last 10, 20 proposals and see what is the common in all of those for each area. And now we are preparing each area to have that information month to month. That way, that's how we automate a process. And that way, when the next request of proposal comes in, each area knows what they need to have, and they already do it month to month. So we're trying to automate the processes in each one of the areas and how they collect all the information so they can make the proposal. So it depends on each one of on each business, and of course what the entrepreneurs needs at that moment. And my focus is not on the business, but on the entrepreneur, on the business owner. What they need to do so they can have more time, and then we go down. It's not just getting at the beginning of the business, all right, you need this system, this. No, I don't care about any other systems as long as they are related to the business owner. So that's where we need to get the time. We need to work on them, and then it goes down.
Okay, so obviously you work on the entrepreneurs. So how important is self-esteem in being an entrepreneur and being a business owner? And how have you worked with possibly clients that have had low self-esteem to increase it?
it's super important, because as an entrepreneur, you are the one who approach your clients. Maybe if you started from scratch, you were the one who started making sales, and you were the customer service department, and you were the everything department. You do everything, but you cannot give your best if you are not your best with yourself. So we try to be the best with everybody else, and we try to be the best with our families and with our spouse and with our kids and with our clients. But if you're not okay, everything's going it's going to go downwards. Because if you don't have if you don't believe in yourself, any client can just win a negotiation. If you're not good with yourself, you're not going to show your kids and your spouse how much you love them if you don't love yourself. So you need to first start with yourself. That's why in the process of automating, of helping them grow their business, on anything, on their mindset, their body, or their connections, we always start by where they are, where you are. And if at that point you are like, okay, yeah, my business is not good, and I don't worth anything, and things are not going right, then we need to start with you. Okay, how far have you come? You need to realize how far you come. What are you good at? And a lot of self-esteem also comes because if you want to control everything, you start doing things you're really not good at. So the outcome is not the one that you're expecting. If you're not a good salesperson and you're doing sales, instead of allowing your team do the sales or hiring someone to do that, your self-esteem is going to go down because you're going to just feel rejected and rejected and rejected. Some entrepreneurs, we love selling and we don't care about getting rejected. But some others, they do. It's a very soft tissue that you have. All right, so don't do it. It's affecting you. And if it affects you, it's going to affect your income. It's going to affect your business. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your kids. So some entrepreneurs are just say, all right, my kid is not doing well right now, and I need to focus on the business and I need to focus on my kids. But okay, how are you? I'm not feeling good. Well, you're transmitting that to your kid. Kids are just the mirror of what we are. So people know, we can feel when someone is not okay. So you need to be at your best. You need to be confident. You need to love yourself so you can love others.
Okay, so for those that are sitting on the fence that maybe want to start a business, want to get into entrepreneurship, but they've got low self-esteem, what recommendations would you have for them to increase their self-esteem, and what steps should they take to become an entrepreneur or business owner?
Well, I think that the best thing you can do is to start something that you love, because and I know there's a whole I don't know, a lot of coaches and speakers, and they talk about do what you're passionate about. And I understand not everybody has that opportunity. We can all do it. We can all just stop everything and say goodbye to our job and then try to do what we're passionate about. But not everything you're passionate about, it's going to make business, So you have to really know yourself. And I don't know, if you love something that you are not going to be able to make profit, then just do it as a hobby. And that, just doing that, to make the time to do that, is going to increase your self-esteem, because you're going to have time for yourself. You want to increase your self-esteem, have time for yourself to do things that you love. That's going to help you be a better person. It's just focusing on yourself. And then also give yourself time for the ones that you love. That way, your self-esteem is going to grow. It's not that hard to help yourself and your self-esteem. It's like maybe you started getting bored. Maybe you started doing something you don't like to do, and maybe you just are not getting the outcomes you want. Then look for small things that are going to give you the outcomes that you want. If that's a hobby, is that a passion? And there's no other way than just you need to start knowing yourself. And to know yourself, you need to meditate, you need to talk to yourself. And it's not about motivation. Others, I'm going to listen to this talk so they can motivate me. The only way for motivation is yourself. Nobody can motivate you. Motivation comes from within. You can get inspired by other people. So follow some people that inspire you, but you need to motivate yourself. So, and you need to make power routines. Power routines, what is that? Wake up in the morning and say to yourself that you're good, that you're going to do better, and that you love yourself and that you love the ones around you. And that's how you start just making a 1-degree shift. So in the long run, you are head away from others, you know.
So have you yourself had periods of low self-esteem and low confidence? If so, what did you do to overcome those periods?
I just pushed myself, honestly. High school, I was kind of an introvert, and most of my life, I like people, I like things that most people don't, you know, and my surroundings, a lot of people here in Mexico, I was born and raised in Mexico, and a lot of people love soccer. And I'm not a soccer guy, honestly. And all my friends were in the soccer team, and everybody was expected to be in the soccer team and playing and everything. And I don't. I started doing a martial art called judo, and it's just yourself against another. So it wasn't like, oh, a very team player there. And I started pushing myself. All right, I need to grow. I need to get in contact with other people. So in high school, in secondary school, I tried for the soccer team, and I was in the best team, but I was in Mexico, it's the A and the B team. I was in the B team, and I was on the bench, and I started just pushing myself. But I also did something that I liked. I was pushed in judo, which I loved it, and I was pushing myself in other things that I wasn't comfortable of. So you need to do both. You need to do something that really you love, so you can get your self-esteem better, but you need to also push yourself out of your comfort zone and do something about it. Just complaining is not going to help you at all.
Okay, so talk to me about your speaking experience. So obviously you've spoken at big events now. You've been at the Toastmasters, but what were you like at the start? Did you have a fear of speaking? And well, you just talk to us about that.
I wasn't really afraid of speaking. I just well, at the beginning I was, because I started speaking when I got my first job at the university in the admissions department. We went to all the high schools in the area and talked about the university in front of, I don't know, it could be 50 to 300 high school kids, which high school is the worst place you need to be, in front of talking to them, because they just destroy you if you don't say something right. How do you look? What are you wearing? Everything. But that was my job. I couldn't pay for my university, and I got that job so I could get a scholarship in the university. So my boss, then he took me to one of the high school, it was a girl only high school, and they were just one generation beneath me. So a lot of them knew me, and I was terrified. I was going to speak to 4 groups of 50 girls that some of them knew me, and I was like, gosh, they're going to destroy me while I'm speaking. And I talked to my boss, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. And he said, all right, don't worry about it. You're not going to do this. Just listen to the other guys talk. And I was just standing there, and he just did it. He just ripped the Band-Aid. In front of everybody, he was like, oh, and now Gabriel's going to talk to you about his experience in the university. And I was like, what? You just told me I wasn't going to do that? And that was the way to rip off the Band-Aid, and it was my biggest fear were people that I was going to get judged. I was really afraid of talking there, and I just did it. What happened? Nothing happened. Yeah, some of them destroyed me, and just, I went out, I finished my first speaking engagement, and I was like, this isn't that hard. And then it was the next group, and then it was the next group. And that morning I spoke 4 groups of just girls in high school. At the end, I was just comfortable with it. And after that, I think, well, I was at that job for about 8 years. And every year I spoke to around 4,000 to 5,000 high school and also their parents. So it just started, came natural. You know, you need to just do it to overcome the fear. And it really, nothing's going to happen. Whatever you're afraid of, unless you're not going to take a big risk on yourself. But what I'm saying is something that you're afraid of that just is stopping you to move forward. You just need to do it. You do it once and you're going to say, oh, I was the worst. I thought my speech was horrible. And by the end of the day, my boss told me, you know, it was great. I know I wasn't great, but he just encouraged me. So get an accountability partner. You need to talk to someone and invite them to just give you some feedback. You need to be open to the feedback and the next one and the next one and the next one. And that's, I think everybody that has spoken on a stage, they started that way. I don't think anybody was at all afraid of the people they're going to talk to. Nah, you know, I still, when I go to a stage, when I talk in front of someone, even like right now, I get butterflies in my stomach. I do, and I love that feeling. It's like, it's just, it empowers me. It's that adrenaline, just like, you know, it feels great. So you just need to do that. You need to break that fear.
So you're pretty comfortable and confident speaking anyway. So what made you decide to join Toastmasters, and what was the transformation like during that period of going through the Toastmasters club?
I moved from Mexico to San Diego, California, and because my girlfriend, now my wife, was there, and I left everything behind and I started from scratch there. And someone in my family told me that they knew a teacher at the University of California in San Diego. And I talked to him and he was like, well, you know, I'm part of a group that's called Toastmasters, and we just get better as speakers and the table topics. And he just started telling me all this about. And at the beginning I was like, come on, I've spoken to thousands and thousands of people right now, and what am I going to learn? Because, you know, 8 years talking to parents and kids and everything, I already had experience. But he invited me to the first one, and I was so amazed. I was used to talk without a structure, and Toastmaster helped me a lot to get some structure to what I was speaking about. And I was doing it just on automatic, you know. I knew how to speak, and you could give me a topic and I could just develop it, but there was really no formal structure to it. And Toastmaster helped me a lot to, you know, this is the opening and these are the ways that you can engage. And even though I did some of them, I wasn't conscious. I wasn't really aware I was doing those things and why I was doing them. My boss did them. He showed me how, and I'm pretty sure he knew why the opening was like that and why we need to close like this, but I wasn't really aware of it. And Toastmasters helped me a lot. Not only structuring my speaking engagements and the topics that I want to talk about, but they're just such a great community. You know, I started getting involved into coach in the youth leadership program, coaching kids in high schools, and the experience is amazing. It's amazing. It's such a great community. They helped me a lot also I didn't know no one in San Diego, and they were such a great community. And I was able to also be in touch in other chapters of Toastmasters in San Diego, and they're all great. You know, it was not just my chapter. I was at Del Mar Toastmasters chapter, but others, they were just amazing.
And what impact did that have on your self-esteem and confidence as you got a better speaker? Did that increase as well? Did the two go together? Tell us a bit about that.
Definitely, because they are so supportive. They don't nag you when you do things wrong. They tell you that you're doing it wrong, and they tell you why and how you can improve. And that's great for your confidence and your self-esteem. Just again, you need to have someone that helps you be accountable of your things, and that is really objective. And the good thing about Toastmasters, that it's a community. It's not just one person that, okay, my impression is that you didn't say it right because this. No, okay, you get feedback from a lot of them, and maybe you're not really how do you say it? You don't like what one tells you, the feedback that one tells you, because he's more technical. He doesn't speak the same way that you speak. But maybe another person there, he's more your style, and he's also telling you, right, you can improve this way and this way, and you just need to get all the feedback. And they're great. They have such a good heart, and people tell you what you're doing wrong because they want you to improve. That's something that it's amazing. It's not, okay, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong because I am better than you, and I'm gonna be better than you. No, they want you to move up. They don't want you to stay like you are. And that's great for your confidence. You need to get, if you have the opportunity to join a club that helps you be a better person, by all means, please do it. Toastmaster was for me a great group, and I'm so grateful with them. Really, I am.
Brilliant. And obviously there's people out there who are pretty good speakers, even public speakers in front of events, but when it comes to talking on camera, they just can't do it. Why do you think that is? And what are some tips that you could give them to get over, being shy on camera?
Okay, it happened to me, to be honest. It's when you're going into a stage, if you haven't experienced it, it's just the energy, everything. You go there and you're looking at people, and what's amazing is you're just observing if someone is, I don't know, just damn, I'm boring, and someone is laughing, and that's amazing. That's an amazing immediate feedback, and you can turn your talk or your speak real fast, and it's great. And it's people are just giving you feedback all the time. That's why I think it's so sometimes for us easy to do that, because if you started wrong, you can just change it in that moment and then get into a right path. When you do it in camera, I've seen 3,000, 4,000 people in one room, and I can see their faces, but I've never seen my face. I see their faces. I'm not watching, and I'm not looking at me. I'm just looking at their reactions, and everything is going fine. I continue. In camera, it's a whole other thing. You're looking at yourself, and you start your you start your video, and you're like, okay, yeah, so this, and then you saw yourself doing something you didn't like, and you're immediately start thinking like, damn, I just did something I didn't like, and you forgot everything else that you wanted to say. So it's tough, and it's really different. It doesn't matter if you're the most experienced speaker in the world. Being in front of a camera, one-on-one, in front of a camera, not somebody in a stage filming you, in front of your camera, making a podcast or a video for YouTube or whatever, it's different. It's like, I know YouTubers that they cannot be on stage because they cannot talk to other people. They are used to talking to themselves. So it's a different world. What are some recommendations I can give you? There are teleprompters, and there are teleprompters apps. I have an app in my phone that I put my main ideas, and I just record them. And the teleprompter is, I just put it slowly, and I don't write everything I'm gonna say. I just drag down the ideas, and I make sure that one idea is there in my screen, I don't know, maybe for 2 minutes, and then comes the next idea. that way I know that I need to change the subject, that I need to go to my next point. And the next recommendation about is you just need to do it. You need to do it, and please don't cut your videos. I think that's what's helped me most. Not cutting my videos, because you're talking and then you're, oh no, I didn't like it, and then you stop it. You know you can screw up because you can put stop. And if you haven't done, if you're a speaker, you know you cannot screw up at a stage, you know. And if you screw up, you just continue. The same goes in front of the camera. If you screwed up, continue. Maybe you can edit it later, but if not, you're gonna start, stop, and you're gonna make like 20, 30 takes on the video. And I started like that. I remember my first video, I think I had like 30 videos before I finished it, because I want everything that I said perfect. And it was exhausting. It was a complete day just filming a 5-minute video. One day. It was like hours and hours and hours, and I couldn't remember the right words. The next video, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna stop the video. I'm not gonna stop recording. And I recorded it, and I think my video was gonna be like 5 minutes. I finished like at 7 because I did screw up, and I started the idea, not the whole video. And then that video, I didn't edit it, and I think that was good for me, because I just showed it to people, and they saw where did I screw up. And the moment that I didn't matter what they think about my screwed up, I was like, all right, next one, and next one, and next one, and next one. So again, you need to rip off the Band-Aid and get uncomfortable with it until you get comfortable. So that's my tip there. Just 2 tips. Put a teleprompter with your ideas, and don't stop the recording.
Okay, and how important would you say is making videos online today in terms of business, even for personal development? How important is it to put videos out there on a consistent basis?
I think it's very important to do it on a consistent basis. But it's hard, you know, because you're an entrepreneur, you need to take care of a lot of things. And what I started doing, and of course, I want to thank Gary Vee, which everybody knows Gary Vee today, but there are a lot of ideas that I like from that guy. I think it's a wonderful person. Some things I'm not fond of what he says, but one thing was that really struck me, and is just document. And I started documenting. I started just, okay, I'm gonna do this, and instead of just work and in silence, I put my camera and I talk to myself, you know, oh, today I'm going to work on this, this, and that. Today I'm going to start my day by making my tasks. What do I need to accomplish today? This week I'm going to accomplish this, this, and that. And also that video helped me be accountable. You know, okay, I said at the beginning of the week that I needed to finish these 3 projects, that my week was going to feel great if I did these 3 things. And then I just record them while I do it, and it's easier just to upload them. You know, I also record some of the sessions, because my clients know that if they agree, I can upload some of the sessions and what they said and how are we working on it. So I know that helps a lot of people.
Okay, and which platform do you predominantly use, and which platform would you suggest is probably the best for people to build their business on?
I think it depends on your market, but you're definitely not going to go wrong with Facebook, because there are millions of people in Facebook. If you want your video also to last longer, by all means also upload it to YouTube, you know, because it's going to be there forever. And Facebook, we don't know. Instagram, we don't know. Pinterest, we don't know. LinkedIn, we don't know. So my recommendation is, if you have all platforms, it takes nothing to upload them. You know, you just record the video and get into each one, put it upload, and continue with your day. If you can post it everywhere, post it everywhere. I have 2 accounts. For example, I have 2 social media accounts for every platform. One is in English and one is in Spanish.
All right. Okay.
So it takes a lot of my time just for example, I make a video. At the beginning, I was making a video in English and then making it in Spanish, and then uploading it to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I'm in every social network that there's out there. I have an account, but I just realized, but it doesn't have to be that way. Also, if I'm recording a video in English today, or I have a session with an English speaker client, I just upload that. And then if I want to make a video in Spanish, I just upload it to my Spanish networks. Because I do think it's important to, in my case, to differentiate the language. It doesn't matter what from where you see it, what angle you're taking. Language is everything. If you want keywords, if you want search terms, key phrases, it's different in English and Spanish. And of course, someone that speaks English and follows you in social media, he just doesn't expect to see a video in Spanish. I started by mixing languages in my same social networks, and it was honestly a mess. Some people didn't like it. So what I did, I differentiate both. But by all means, if you're making a video, it takes 5 minutes just to upload it to every social network.
Excellent. Okay, so before we wrap things up, you're the president of the innovation committee of the Mexican entrepreneurs. Tell us a little bit about that role and what that committee actually does.
Well, we're also it's a chapter in Colima, and the entrepreneurs union, it's called Coparmex. So it's a very big association here in Mexico, and they asked for my help in some issues they were having inside the association. They needed to make some changes. They also needed to bring up more sales and everything. So I started working with the president pro bono. I just like talking to them, and he offered me to be at the innovation committee, and we just start, like, for example, right now with the pandemic, they didn't have any online courses. So we innovate here. We were the first online course on all the states that have that union to offer free online courses for our members. So I know online courses have been around like for years. I've been giving online courses like 8 years now or something like that. But here at the chamber, it wasn't like that. This union wasn't like that. So we started innovating, and we brought a group of people that were experts in each one of the areas in a business, like finance, accounting, sales, marketing. And we're just trying to help small business owners to grow their business. So that's practically it.
Brilliant. And just talk to us a little bit about the book that you co-authored, which was an Amazon bestseller. What's that book about?
We were several authors then. I wrote it, I don't know, it was like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. And we just collaborated between a lot of people. And the book, it's about, there are like, I don't know, maybe 50 or 70 stories about how you overcame some bad situation in your life, or something that it was really hard for you. That's why the title is Thorns to be Thankful For. It's just, okay, you were in this situation that for you it was bad at that moment, but it really helped you grow. And I think it was great. There are a lot of stories there that are helpful for people, and they are inspiring stories. They are how we, the co-authors, were able to make it through that difficult time and what we learned. So it was a really good experience.
Brilliant. Okay, and how can people connect with you, and what exactly can you do for business owners and entrepreneurs?
Okay, well, if you feel like you're stuck, that your business is not growing and you want to have more time with your family, if you spend a lot of time in your business and you're deciding most of the time when, okay, am I going on vacation or I need to stay in the business? Well, I'm staying in the business. Okay, I can help you. Let's automate, let's create systems, let's see where you need to grow, and so you can have spend more time with yourself and your family. That's basically it. You can look for me at any social network, Facebook mostly, Instagram, LinkedIn also, and you can check my website, gabrielcollignon.com.
Yeah, we'll drop a link to that website and some of those channels in the comments below. It's been great having you here. Before we wrap up, I mean, do you have any final words or any piece of advice for people that are struggling right now because of the pandemic, and just some last words from you?
Yeah, take some time for yourself so you can think things through. You know, it's we don't have time right now. We are not making time to really internalize what's happening, and it's such a great opportunity. And I'm just gonna share a short story right now, if you don't mind. For example, my kids just started school, and school right now, it's virtual, you know, Zoom classes and everything. They're not going there. And my wife just took a job. She loves being a teacher, so she took a job. And at the beginning is, of course, the pandemic, you know, kids are at home, everybody's studying, working in the internet and Zoom classes. And my wife is now also going to giving these classes. It was a great opportunity for me to reconnect at a time that I didn't have more for my kids before. In the morning, my kids went to school, so I didn't, you know, it's business time, you know, it's work time. Right now they're at home. So what I did is I sit down with my wife and I told her, okay, what do you need in order to make your job better? Okay, I need this time to prepare, and I need this time to give my classes. All right, I can have that time to be with my kids, listen to their classes, and it has been amazing. Of course, I'm not working at that time, but it doesn't matter, because I can get it at night, or I can just be more efficient at what I do and create new systems that can help me there. So it's a great opportunity for you to grow. It's a great opportunity for you to connect. I think that as a society, we've been disconnected from our family, from our kids, from a lot of things that are important. And this is a time where you can create a bond, not just a connection, a real bond with your kids, with your wife, with your friends. Even though you cannot go out with them, talk to them, because they are struggling. If you listen to them, the bond is just going to be stronger. And I think it's a great opportunity. If you can have some time, make some time for yourself so you can give to others.
Beautiful. Excellent way to finish the episode. So once again, thank you for joining me. That was a really insightful and great conversation. So yeah, once again, thank you. And for our viewers, we will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.